even sure what I was going to talk about. And then it said, right, what do you want to talk about? And what do you want as your profile picture? And I had a picture of a Jedi cat saved on my thing. So I decided I would channel a Jedi cat. There you go. That's how impromptu I am. So today I'm going to access my feline self. I'm going to access the divine feline to come through and give you a message for all of cat humanity. That is the plan. We're going to give you a cat message to all you human beings. So, what if cats were channeling their message across to humans? Well, here's something that I find for the cat people I know is that cats are here as a supporting role on whatever madness this is that you came here. I certainly know that my cats are definitely my support characters. They're brilliant. They are brilliant to me, my Jedi friends. They know my moods, they pick up on my energy, and they know exactly when to jump in to raise the vibe a little bit. They raise the vibe, the cats. And they're very good at restoring Zen. So there you go. We can make this thread about restoring Zen. There we go. That's what it is. That's why I was designed to do this through the cat channel. We're going to have some cat zen. Cat zen. That's what we want. A bit more cat zen. We need a bit more cat zen in our life, my Jedi friends. So, just really emphasizing on the stuff that I've been talking about. So, I just even recorded a little video earlier. But the awakening process, waking up, is really, really tough. And what happens when you're waking up is you can feel isolated. And so with pets are really sensitive to energy. So if you've got dogs or cats, they will be playing the ultimate support role right now. In fact, the odds are, if you're on an awakening journey, that you're probably more connected to your pets than you are to your to any humans in your vicinity or your world right now. And this is quite a common thing. I think it is. It is quite a common thing to feel connected more to pets, because pets, the energy is pure. There's no temperamental stuff. You know what you're getting. And not only that, they have to be nice to you because you've got to feed them. They don't have a choice. They can't be. They can't go all tizzy on you. Oh, here we go. We've got Jedi friends jumping in. I've got Ant N7. Ant N7 says hi. And Football is Life says hi. And I7 again said hi. So hi to you both. Football is life. Well, I like your style, my friend. You've turned up at the right time, haven't you? Just for the start of the Premiership. And which team do you support? I'll be very interested. Tell me which team. Which team are you following, my friends? Who's going to win the Premiership? What is going down? What is going down, my Jedi friends? Liverpool. Well, football is life. I'm a Liverpool fan too. So I was told actually I look a little bit like Arnie Slot, which I'm quite happy to take that one. I'm quite happy to be associated with Arnie Slot with all these new signings and all this massive budget that they've just thrown out, splashing the cash on all these new players. That was a bit of a squeaky bum start against Bournemouth, though, wasn't it? That was a bit of a tight one. That was a tight one, my Jedi friend. 2-2 with a couple of minutes to go. And Chiesa, well, what a goal that was. What a goal. And even Salah did absolutely nothing all game and then suddenly showed up at the end. Yes, we love it. Football is life. So also is another thing, like keeping my Jedi mates together. We do a fantasy football league as well. And I had Salah as my captain, so I was very happy to see that last minute goal. I've got Sonny Darling. Nice to meet you, Sonny. Thanks for joining the stream. Thank you all for joining the stream. I had no idea where it was, but when Football is Life jumped in, we went down a bit of a football path, which probably confusing you when you saw some cat with a lightsaber. How does a cat with a lightsaber end up in a conversation about football? Well, such is life, my friends. Such is life. These live streams could go any direction. I never know. I've got N7. I subbed. Oh, thank you, N7. Well, do you know what? It's been really good. It's been really good doing these lives because YouTube shadow banned me. I went 6 weeks releasing videos every day. It's probably because I swear too much. So I've had to rein myself in a bit. And it's only through these live streams that people are starting to sub in again. So that's why I'm doing them. I'm on the naughty step in YouTube at the moment. So I'm doing my best to be a good lad, to rein myself in. Not, don't swear at it. Don't swear it. Football is Life says, have you ever played football? What a question. Football is life. Of course I have. I'm in my 50s. I'm still playing football. So there you go. I'm actually injured at the moment, so I'm not playing this week. I've reluctantly had to because I've got a sore hip, and being stupid like I am, being stubborn, being a bloke, call it what you will, delete wherever is appropriate. I had this niggly injury for weeks and weeks now, and it was bad enough that it would cause me pain that I couldn't walk properly the next day or sleep, sometime get to sleep. But it wasn't bad enough to stop me playing football, so I kept playing and playing and playing. And I've managed to play with this injury for about 8 weeks now, and now I've reached a point where my body, it was so painful. So that's part of the reason I'm doing this live now, because I can't really do much else. I actually did a walk. I did a walk around the park yesterday, and even that started to hurt a bit. So I've got an N7. What team do you support? Well, I'm a Liverpool fan. I just told Football is Life. I am a Liverpool fan, but I'm not one of these fair weather fans. Like now that I'm in my 50s, my dad was Irish, so I always get it. I live down south. What is a southerner doing supporting a northern team, glory hunters and all that? Except I followed Liverpool through all their years of when they won. They didn't win the Premiership at all. 30-odd year hiatus. So I'm not just a fair weather fan. I waited and waited and waited for Klopp to give us the title again. What a legend. The god that is Klopp. The Klopp god. I never thought anyone would be able to take over from him, but Arne Slot, what a legend he's been. What a legend. And is it just Liverpool fans that are watching this? Is there anyone else? Is there any other fans on the stream? You probably weren't expecting a football conversation. Seeing a cat with a lightsaber on the thumbnail. That's just the way I roll. I figured let's do something different. Let's get their attention. Let's get people's attention. Let's throw a cat with a lightsaber up and then have a conversation about football. And N7, no. Fair enough, my friend. Well, yes, it is one of those times. So I am an insufferable Liverpool fan that nobody really wants to spend time with unless they're a Liverpool fan themselves. Because let's face it, I think it's looking good. Although Man City are looking pretty sharp. That away win at Wolves, that was a good statement of intent, wasn't it? And I was actually looking at the stats. In 2025, Man City have actually had the best record if you take just 2025. So I think they're going to be back this season, and they're going to be back with a vengeance because they were so poor last season, weren't they? I mean, they went from being elite, untouchable team for, what was it, 3-4 years. And then suddenly they were just rubbish, which was great for everyone else, especially Liverpool fans last season. Especially Liverpool fans, my friends. So, yes, I was very happy to see that. Very happy to see it. So there you go. That's the way that we roll. But talking about it, I mean, I've got a very good friend in Australia called Damo, and we use fantasy football just to stay in touch. So fantasy football league, and I had a reasonable start on the fantasy football. I think I got about 70 odd points in the first week. But then somebody in our group, it was just insane. They're just number crunching stat fan, actually a Leeds fan, got a load of points from Leeds and played their bench boost first game. So I think that's a bit cheeky myself. But yeah, shot to top of the league with like 100-point plus total on week 1. There you go. Now there's something that most of my regulars will have no idea what I'm talking about what is Adam going on about? He's talking about Fantasy League. He normally talks about other stuff like energy. Talking about energy. Let's talk about football energy. See, energy is in everywhere, especially in football league stadiums. So there you go. There you go, my Jedi friends. That's just the way that we roll. Sometimes we talk about energy. Sometimes we talk about football. I was talking about deers and crows walking around Richmond Park yesterday. So I did a live where I was just walking around the park. I didn't even know if the connection was going to hold. So, but it worked. So I did it. But yeah, it was that's a little bit dodgy walking around and doing a live stream because you can't really look where you're going. And part of the beauty of going out walking is just being present, being out in nature. So it's a little bit contraindicated to be live streaming with a camera, doing an activity when you're out in nature, connecting with stuff. So today I figured that I would just do one sat down. I would do a sat down one and see where it goes. So yeah, I thought I was going to be talking about like cat energy and felines and stuff like that and channeling cats. Who knows? And then we just segued into football. That's because football is life. Started commenting on the stream, and yeah, football is life to a lot of people. It certainly is. I think it's great. One of the reasons that I do play football into my 50s, which probably isn't such a good move, because you know that you're always one game away from an injury that's really going to set you back. But the thing is, it's a mental health thing. A bunch of blokes all meeting up. It's a really good thing. It's just good to get out for an hour and not think of anything else. And the fact that I can still play into my 50s, well, I say that. I just stand at the back now. I play centre back, so I don't have to move very far. It's just my job to get in the way now and shout at people. As you get older playing football, you have to change what you focus on, because in my younger years, I could run a lot. So I was like the engine. I could run up and down the pitch all day, and I was pretty fit. I was actually a fitness instructor back in the day. But now I don't have that same stamina or durability or fitness. So I had to change my game, and I had to be more communicative with the rest of my team. So I justify my place on the field by telling everyone else what to do now. I can't do the running myself, so I make everyone else do it. That's how I roll, my Jedi friends. You have to change as your fitness and stamina and general well-being. Well, I say well-being, no, well-being not, because I've still got good well-being. But my strength, my fitness, my stamina has all got worse as I've got older. So I've had to get good at talking, at communicating, at having a more captain-like role when I'm on the pitch. So that is the way that I rock, my Jedi friends. So yes, that's the football side of things. And I can talk about football all day if there's a demand for it, but I feel that we may just have segued. So what I will do is I will just jolt back onto the energy threads now. Let's talk energy. So I've been talking a lot about people that have been waking up. Waking up. Let's talk about that. What the hell is it? What is he talking about? What is waking up? So for a certain demographic of people, you'll be looking at the world over the last probably couple of years and get this escalating feeling that something isn't right, that you're seeing things that not many other people seem to be seeing. You're sharing things with your close friends and family, and they're just not getting it either. And part of waking up is this thing, starting to see the world differently, starting to actually see it for what it is. And that is, that there's some really mad stuff happening at the moment. And you're probably feeling out of sorts, probably feeling out of sync, being on this. And with that in mind, when you are feeling out of sync, it can feel very isolating. And again, this is a message that I just keep putting across again and again and again and again, because these are the symptoms of waking up. It can also be the signal waking up if your football team gets hammered. That's a different type of awakening, my Jedi friends. A different type. So, waking up is usually a fairly isolating process, and it can happen to the best of us. Happen to the best of us. And some of the symptoms there is you want to get out in nature more, you connect with animals or pets more, you feel much deeper connections, but not necessarily with human beings. There you go. You're becoming a bit of an isolated, you're becoming a hermit. And this is actually quite common on the path. Can be quite common, which is why a lot of people that are going through that process are drawn to the cats or the dogs. And what I found is cats are very spiritual. I've been watching loads of these cat videos lately. They've my Insta reel now is bombarded by all these mad cat videos, and I see like there's hundreds of thousands of views. Like if you've got a cat, just film it. You get hundreds of thousands of views. And just to prove this, I started a channel from scratch just to see what it was like, just so I could remind myself what it was like to start a channel from absolute scratch. So I started a channel called Adam Shaw TV, and I went out and I was just recording all these short videos, and they were like, do a bald bloke a favor, help with the algorithm, give me my 50 subscribers so I can go live, subscribe to the channel. And I'm up to 13 subscribers at the moment. But the video that got me the most views was my cat was in the garden one day, and I went to stroke it, and I thought, I'll film it. She's looking a bit feisty. And she just attacked me 4 times in under a minute. And I posted that video, and that's the one that's got me the most views. It's nothing about anything except a cat having a go at me. Getting a bit frisky in the garden it was. So that was it. So all of these great content things I do, all of the stuff I talk about, energy, the life-changing information I can give to people, stuff that could actually change their lives. And the thing that gets the most attention is me being attacked by a cat. You work that one out for yourself, my Jedi friends. You go figure. And that is the world that we're living in right now. Fight to the death. Yes, we'll watch that. That'll be a live one for the algorithm, wouldn't it? Any sort of profound spiritual teachings? No, I'm not interested in that. No, I've got no time. That sounds boring. Boring. No, not today, please. That sounds a little bit too profound. Not sure I'm ready for that. I don't really know if I'm interested. I don't know if I'm interested, my Jedi friends, in any sort of spirituality. So if you are listening in now, feel free to jump in the comments. If there's anything that you want me to, any vibe that you want me to cover, we'll go down that. So just for the record, for anyone late to the stream, we started off talking about cats. Well, I thought it was only fair with the thumbnail that I put up for this live stream. We started off with cats. Then we went down to talk about football for a bit. And then we talked about isolation and awakening. And then we segued back to cats again. Me getting attacked by a cat on a YouTube short, being the most watched YouTube short I had on this new channel that I set up. So there you go. We're talking about things that engage people, interesting things that they might want to listen into or help them to change their life, but they're not really that hot topics. Whereas cats running riot or going rogue, that's a very big subject at the moment. And fair play. Who is it for me? Who am I to judge what people want to watch? And in fairness, my YouTube, or not my YouTube, my Instagram account, when I'm on there, like it's just flooded now with all of these mad cat videos, just cats doing stupid stuff, and how clever and intuitive they are, and like the mad stuff that cats get up to. And they do get up to some mad stuff. I am a bit of a cat fan. I've turned into a bit of a cat man myself, and I've got there's a couple of cats that I live with, and they are tapped in, there's no question, and they're comical. They just keep it fun. They keep it light, they keep it fun, and they keep it real. That's the cat army that I live with. So interestingly enough, I go walking. It's a sad thing. Don't own up to that, Adam. You're live. You can't take it back. You sure you want to say this? I'm going to say it. No, don't say it, Adam. Don't. Here's a little thing that I don't tell. I don't think I've told anyone, but it's true. So when I go walking down our street, sometimes there's a few cats that I run into. And there's a couple of them, they're like skin and bone. I don't think they get fed properly. And I've started stopping, and there's one that comes up to me and it's just absolute skin and bone. So when I go walking now, I've always got a few cat biscuits in my pocket, just in case. Just in case I run into the neighborhood cats that aren't getting fed or look as though they haven't been fed properly for a bit. So there you go. There's the big reveal. There's something I didn't think I'd be sharing today on a live, but it's been shared nonetheless. The cat is out of the bag on that one, my Jedi friends. So that feels probably that feels like a time that maybe I've gone so far off track now. I didn't even know where the track was. I don't know how to get back on track after getting to this point, because we've definitely gone down an interesting avenue that I never really saw coming. I'm talking about taking cat biscuits out when I walk down the street. It's probably not the way. I'm also the guy, I go around to see my mate. There's a little pond near where he lives, and there was a couple of ducks in there. So I've gone out and bought some bird seed so I can take it down and feed the ducks. And I came back a couple of weeks later to see him again. And I was like, right, let's go down the pond. And apparently the ducks have gone. The ducks have gone, my Jedi friends. The ducks have gone. So either they've been visited by the Chinese or they found somewhere better to go. But either way, that's a story for another day. So on that note, my Jedi friends, I think I shall curtail this live now. We will call it a day. I think we've covered enough cats and ducks for one live stream. So we shall leave it. We shall leave it in the lap of the ducks. And if they return, I shall let you know. I shall let you know, my Jedi friends. Until then, stay real and stay energized.